Hi guys, it's Human's name again, and we'll be carrying on with our Titanfall 2 campaign, hard mode, and today it will be mission 2, rendezvous with Major Anderson. Mission 2, we just got out of the forest, sort of finish all the tutorial stuff. We'll just crack on. So this is sort of moving on from sort of all our...
will continue to search for us. Our only chance of survival is to rendezvous with Major Anderson, 60 clicks from our current location. We will have to improvise and adapt if we wish to survive.
So this is moving on from sort of all the tutorial stuff. This is what I say is the first proper mission of the game. And so it's still fairly easy, but it starts to put up a bit more of a challenge rather than just doing the sort of bare minimum. So the first thing we need to do is help out our friendly Titans mop up this group of enemies. This is not a particularly difficult fight. The enemy Titans seem really weak. You can get a bit unlucky sometimes with... It's normally if one of them holds up, the sort of shield that you can throw bullets back, and you don't realise that they're doing that to you. Sometimes they can do a lot of damage, but overall this is not a difficult battle whatsoever.
First core ready.
And the other difficulty is you'll see sort of later on, you see these sort of enemies. Some of them carry rocket launchers, which do quite a lot of damage actually. So as you saw, we just unlocked our sort of like special ability. We've charged it up. For this loadout, what it is sort of like a super powerful primary weapon, super powerful machine gun. I'll show you that off in a second. A couple of Titans will drop down just sort of over there, and we'll mop them up really quickly with it. So I'll move across. And here we go, I'll show it off. So you can do a lot of damage with it, so we just mopped up 2 Titans thereabouts really quickly. Don't be fooled by these small enemies. You can see them throwing out sort of homing rocket launchers, and they actually do a lot of damage. And I know in the last video I went on and on about the hardest difficulty this, the hardest difficulty that, but I promise you, on veteran difficulty, these rocket launchers are fucked. So take the time just to get rid of them. They're very annoying, and it makes your life a lot easier in the long run. So in a minute what we'll do is we'll move on from this sort of like starting loadout for BT and get a more powerful loadout. And it's my personal favourite of the loadouts. It's the tone loadout. So it'll come with, instead of this machine gun, it'll come with a sort of tracking cannon. And instead of these sort of like 8 rockets, you get sort of like 4 rockets, but you have to have locked on before you can use them. Which sounds rubbish, but I promise you it's brilliant, and it's fantastic for sort of multi-Titan fighting, which I'll show off to you in a second. So here we go, here it is. So you press F1 and you can choose, these are all the different ones we'll lock up through the campaign. At the moment we've just got Expedition and Tone. As I said, Tone's my favourite, so here's the sort of primary weapon.
Tactical advantage.
I think somebody's in love.
A human's concept of love requires admiration, attraction, devotion, and respect. Conclusion: I am 50% in love. Pilot, with the Tone.
So there's Tone, 50% in love. I'm 100% in love with Tone. It's got shields for hiding behind. It's got a sort of sensor dart, and it's got these tracking rockets. And instead of our sort of like 9 rockets, we've got these sort of lock-on rockets that you can't shoot unless you're locked on. Which again, I said sounds rubbish, but I promise you it is brilliant, and I'll show you why in a minute. So you can just sort of see here to our left is sort of like a cage. What there'll be behind there is the first of our Titan helmets. It's not here on this one. I've played through this mission recently, so it's not here on my one. But I'll show you, it'll be just where that dead pilot is, and I'll show you how to get it. So if you face here, you have to hold E to get out your Titan. Jump up onto this pipe here, run along here, and you drop down, and then you just run here, and it'll be sitting here, and you just pick that up, and then that'll be sorted for you. That'll be the first one. So You have to be very careful because all along the floor is this sort of red gunk. So, you know, we're in sort of battling in a sort of just sort of really gross factory. There's lots of rubbish, lots of just sort of unused waste, you know, unfiltered poison. When you sort of stand in it, you can sort of feel the life force straining away. I thought it was really nice for EA to use sort of their headquarters for the basis of this mission. Yeah, it really doesn't advertise it, but what can you do? In a room later on, you'll see where they, you know, force staff to make Mass Effect Andromeda. But yeah, we'll move on from that. So I'll show you the power of tone. So what we'll do is, in a minute, as we go through here, you'll see two, not here, in the room after this, you'll see sort of two Titans come out to attack me. And what you want to do is you want to form a ring around them. So you want to hit them with 3 shots of the tracking cannon, and then you can use the sort of lock-on rockets. And what you need to bear in mind is it's 4 rockets per locked-on Titan. So what that means is if you've got 2 locked-on Titans, you can shoot 8 rockets. So that's what people don't realise about Tony. The more people you have locked on, the more damage you do. And it makes for a really, really powerful Titan. So I'll show you that off here. So you come from either side, throw that down there, give us a bit of a shield, and then you can see all the rockets go off. You can see all the damage go off, and I'll use them as an attack. Well, rockets, you know, can't really complain about that. And that's those 2 dealt with. So now I'm going to have to get through this facility. We have to disembark from BT and split up for a bit. Whilst we're away, they'll throw grenades at us, I guess. But what we'll do is we'll disembark here and we'll continue on foot for now. So what I want to do is I want to ditch this sort of rubbish submachine gun that seems to be carrying. And I want to pick up, I know that some of the enemies here are carrying shotguns, which I'm a huge fan of. And they've also got these fire stars, which you will recognise from Apex Legends. Really powerful grenades. They're powerful here and they're powerful in the next game. Really, really love them. Yeah, there's not much else to say about them really. Just really, really good. They're really accurate, good fun. So what you want to do is, whilst you're here, very easy to get caught up in it all. But if you jump onto this and then jump onto this pipe, you turn around, you'll see our next pilot helmet just sitting on top of the cylinder. So if you pick that up, that'll be the next one. So as I said, I've sort of played ahead of this level a little bit. I was just sort of bored really, and just wanted to remind myself what was coming up. So I sort of started this mission. But I know where all the helmets are, so I'll show you as I go along. You can pick up a sniper rifle here. I don't really like sniper rifles in the immediate term, but I can, you know, see why you would pick them up, I guess. They are good fun, and getting a headshot's very satisfying. So there's the fire star in action. Just a really powerful grenade. If you've got an option of carrying them, I don't see why you wouldn't.
I'm engaging hostile.
Really good fun. So BT is sort of helping us out in this bit. And one thing to bear in mind, especially on the more difficult levels, is BT can actually die. You can be sort of running around and just get a message saying, "Oh, BT's died. You know, you failed." So you do sort of need to do well enough to look after BT, but I've never personally seen that message, and as I said, I've platinumed the game, so I don't know what you have to do in order to sort of trigger that. I mean, you have to sort of really clap up, but BT's always pulled through for me.
This facility is blocked by a flow regulation gate. There should be a control interface nearby.
So we need to open the flow regulation gate, and you can see where we've just come through is closed off, and for BT, where that's closed off is now going to open, so we have to continue apart from each other. Well, there's a little bit of dialogue coming up.
Pilot, the safety airlock has sealed you in the control room. You must find another way out. We have no choice but to split up.
Split up? Sounds risky.
Given our dire circumstances, this is a risk worth taking. Pilot, I am tracking your location. Recommend you seek an exit.
Tracking me? That's kinda creepy, BT.
I have no wish to incite fear. That is reserved for our enemies.
So there's some classic BT there, so we'll just move forward. Just want to mop up our enemies as we go. Nothing serious really. There's a little bit of range combat coming up, so attempts to pick up. Yeah, I'll pick up the Kraber just to show it off really more than anything. But what we want to do is mop up the sort of enemy snipers.
Listen up.
Oh god.
This is K. What we have here, my IMC and militia friends, is a failure to communicate. And that's okay. That's okay. That's all good.
So that's Kane, he's sort of like the boss of the level.
That guy doesn't sound stable.
Agreed. Scans indicate the source is somewhere in this facility. We should not waste time here.
So he's sort of the boss of the level, really unstable, unhinged. You can see Marvin here. They're the little robots that sort of run the facilities that we're running through. Really funny. Really, you can actually join their sort of like faction online. I can't remember the full name of them, but the Marvin something. You can kill them, but you know if you do, you know you're kind of a piece of shit, to be honest with you. They're completely harmless, going about their day. So if you have gotten to this point in the game and you found that you've killed one of them, you know, I'd suggest you just sort of take the time just to really think about your life and, you know, your attitude. You know, they weren't doing anything to you. But anyway, we'll carry on for now for everyone else who's just sort of watching. So I'm going to go for an assassination. I'm desperate to try and get the pistol execution. It's not triggering it for me. So be careful in this area because there's some enemy snipers hanging around and they can pack a punch if the shot hits you. So, yeah, I got quite lucky there that he missed, but they'll take you to sort of 10% health if they hit. So, just sort of be careful, especially on the hardest. On the harder difficulties, what I tend to do is these guys jump in, and one hasn't, but I tend to hack one of them, and that's sort of, you know, the important bit about teamwork. The important bit about teamwork is it gives someone else for the enemy to aim at. In this game, as you saw from my last video, these robots aren't exactly, you know, storming the barricades by themselves, as far as they are. So what we need to do is help out, you know, a lot of this game's actually, now that I think about it, helping out just sort of stranded elements of friendly inventory and showing off what a cool guy you are. But we'll do that now. So we're moving in through the pipe. So before we jump over, if you can see that, this sort of bridge here, this will be where the next helmet is of the level. You jump onto here, it'll just be sort of here-ish. And if you jump on, you can pick that up. Yeah, that'll be the next one. You can also pick up the MGL, sort of grenade launcher. This is one of those weapons that online people seem to be really good at. I'm definitely not one of those people. But I'll pick it up and just use it for a bit to show you. And you also see now the sort of more deadly version of the robots that we've already come up against. So you can see we'll do the stories one. And their main game is durability more than sort of damage output, and they're also carrying the L stars. These remind me a lot of the I don't know if you played Halo, but the needlers from Halo. The sort of more hits you do, I feel like it does more damage. And the other advantage of it is it's got sort of like a full, you know, it carries all it just sort of overheats after a time, like that. We've also got the option of picking up a car here, another really good weapon. Just sort of no recoil on it whatsoever, but it doesn't come with a lot of ammo. But I'll use the L-Star for a bit just to show it off, and I'm also using the MGL. The other thing about these enemies is they've got this sort of like backpack on the back. Let me just sort of... Okay. If you hit it, they sort of spark up like that and explode. And it does a lot of damage. I think it's even a one-hit kill, so be really careful if you are going to hit them at that point. You know, it does a lot of damage, but it also does a lot of damage to you if you get close. So you just sort of have to defend your friendly team against the Stalkers at this point. Not outrageously difficult, but yes, if you don't kill them before they cross the river, you can sometimes get overwhelmed. I'd say use your grenades at this point. These enemies also have a tendency just to sort of crawl towards you if you don't do an incredible amount of damage, so I'll make sure that, you know, the enemies that you shoot stay down. They're not, your teammates will sort of mop up, but they're definitely not.
There is a deceased prowler in subjunction 3A.
I wouldn't rely on your teammates in the single player campaign. They're not exactly doing anyone any favours. God, this is shit! I don't know, online this thing seems to do a lot of damage, but that's like, might as well just be shooting ping pong balls at them. This thing blows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I never picked this up and move back to this weapon. And hopefully pick up some better weapons very, very shortly. This one. So I'll go invisible. Sneak up on this chap. So as I said, the enemies had a tendency to just sort of shoot towards the last place they saw you. So if you do use your invisibility cloak, that's kind of where they'll be looking. And it is important to bear in mind, especially when there's large groups of enemies. The invisibility cloak is really, really useful. And it's good for getting the flank off, which is really important in this game. But you know, that's the sort of area that they'll be looking as where you last were. Yeah, there's not really much else to say about it, but anyway, moving on. I'm going to try and ditch this weapon as soon as I can, to be honest with you. I guess I'm picking up this. So what we're doing is moving. So as you can see, there's this broken pipe here and a more standard pipe there. What you need to do is you need to run across here, and what you can do is you can do better than that, and that's the main thing, is what I'll say to you at this point. So the next pilot helmet will be sitting on that sort of more solid pipe after this broken one. So if you jump across and land here, it'll be pretty much in the middle of these broken pipes, and once you stand here you'll get it. It'll be bright blue when you see it. The first time I ever played this game, it was in the middle of summer, and I was playing on the telly, which sort of opened up into the sort of broad daylight, and I could not see shit in this bit. This bit was the hardest area of the game because it was pitch black. I had nothing to go on. And all it is just a bit of acrobatics.
I feel like we've been walking for days.
Do you require rest?
Not in sight, no shot.
No.
Good. There is no time for rest. We must uphold the mission.
So a bit more dialogue here. A few more enemies that you can just mop up. They seem a bit more sparse here from memory. I don't remember them being in any sort of great force. As I said, this is still sort of, we're still sort of just, let's say this is the sort of first area outside the starting mission. Oh, there I am talking about how easy it is and instantly get killed. So this has another one of those bullshit turrets, and the amount of damage those turrets do is fucked. They are so deadly. I would say as soon as you possibly can, kill these things. They are an absolute nightmare. They're super accurate, they do a lot of damage, and they are relentless. It's a mess. So there's two ways to do that. You can not get punched by these guys. God, I'm gonna die again. Alright then, so what you can do is you can just sort of move your way forward, and then eventually when you get underneath it, it won't be able to see you. And you can get on top of these boxes here, and you can just sort of do damage. You can also throw grenades through and hit it that way. The fire styles are good because they sort of do prolonged damage over time. The fire styles are just brilliant grenades. They are fucking ace. I love them. I use them all the time. I'm not afraid to use them at all. Anyway, moving forward to the next bit. Cade will just sort of chat shit to you the entire way through, but just ignore him. He's not even difficult to be honest with you, but anyway.
Bad at all, my friend. I just hope you're better than
We'll
the last one.
move our way through. Oh, there's stalkers. Just a sec. Alright then. There you go. So just moving our way through, I'm trying to find better weapons to use, but it seems to just be giving me the same 2 weapons over and over again, which is a bit annoying. But I'll make do with what I've got. There you go. So the melee at this level is sort of doing the one-hit kill that I want it to, which is good, but I'm sure on veteran difficulty it doesn't. I remember getting absolutely pounded. So there's a crate over here. There's an orange. What's in the orange box? We've got some frag grenades. I think it's the exact loadout I've already got. Whatever. I'll pick up the crate. They're good fun. So you just press this button here. Wrong button. And I'll take you through to the next area. I feel like they're not enemies, but whatever. I killed them anyway. So you can see there's our next pilot helmet. So what you need to do is make our way up there. So jump onto this yellow pipe, and again it's just some sort of mild platforming, nothing too strenuous. I just want to say it's just after the tutorial mission, because the last time I said that I got pounded by the most scrub-lord of enemies, but yeah, what can you do? So there you go, there's number 5 out of 6 in terms of our helmet collection on this level. And what we need to do is we just need to move forward to the next area. So watch out for all this falling rubbish.
You too, BT. Where are you?
I'm following the stream of sludge. The current is strong up ahead, suggesting an exit. Keep moving forward.
There you go. So one thing to be not to be fooled about is coming up pretty shortly is the next helmet. So they're really close to each other actually, the sort of last 2. So what you want to do is just keep running around, and then on top of a pipe over here there should be the last helmet of the level. So what you want to do, jump on here,
Pilot,
jump up, watch out for the sort of corrosive sludge.
Missing me already?
I was not shooting at you. That would be in violation of Protocol 3.
Never mind.
Protocol 3 is protect the pilot. So, moving on to the next bit of the level. So, we've only got a couple more areas to work through on this level. So, we're about to meet up with BT one more time.
Long time no see, BT.
On the contrary, your helmet provided me with a live feed of your actions. You fought well out there, pilot. The controls to deactivate the sludge flow are in the next chamber, marking your HUD.
Remember, if you kill Marvin, you're a bad person and you should feel bad. So, the next area of the game is the first sort of difficult bit. You will just be pitted against a whole bunch of enemies, really. And they'll start releasing spicy boys. So,
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
these little like mine creatures, you'll see them in a minute, and they will hound you to the ends of the earth. And they do an insane amount of damage, and they will fuck you up essentially. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So what I'd say is, if you're struggling with this bit, what you can do is need to deactivate the sludge pumps. What you can do is sort of cheese the area. Oh, the R201 is a fantastic weapon. Where'd that come from? If you still stand at these stairs, you can sort of, they've got a tendency just to run in, and they've not got very good turning speed, so you can sort of just stand there. You can see the spicy boys start to chase us now. And weirdly, if you shoot them, they start to explode and do a lot of damage to you. The best tactic you can get
How hard can it be? Just shoot!
is let them get close enough to start doing that explosion and then walk away from them because it gives you a bit of distance. You can shoot them before, but that's just my tactic that I like to use. And the tactic here really is just to survive until BT comes through for you. They will keep throwing these little, I can't remember, I think they're called tick mines or something. You can get them online as well as they're not a grenade, but they're sort of like a special ability. I think they can replace the grappling curve. I can't really remember that well. I don't tend to use them online. Because online I think they just, I don't know if you played Titanfall 2 online, but you play against enemy Titans, but you also play against enemy guns. They tend to sort of just kill the grunts more than anything, which is useful for points, but oh my god. See, this is what I mean about the ticks. They do a lot of damage, especially if they group together, because the damage just sort of stacks. So you want to give them time to explode. It's fairly deceptive. You know, they don't have to be that close to do quite a lot of damage. So, you know, I let that indicate come up and then just run away. It just gives you a bit more. I don't know why player is made sound. It just gives you a bit more time just to sort of react and move. The grunts on this level aren't really your concern. The grunts throughout the game are fairly easy. There's not really a time where you'll struggle against them. As I said, if you're really struggling, what I do is just sort of stick to the top here, trigger them, and just sort of keep bouncing between this and the main building. It lets you get away from the spicy ticks, and it also lets you kill the enemies as they run in to get you. They've got a really rubbish turning speed, and you know I'll give them credit. The turn, you know, they seem quite like. Oh god, couldn't get away there. They seem quite lifelike, the enemies, but yeah, they tend to fall around and they don't do that much. So they're not incredible in terms of, you know, you can pretty much scare them away a lot of the time. Oh my god! Oh, sorry guys, I never normally have this much trouble. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to my favourite tactics. I'll lock these guys up and I'll just jump between this building and the next. Struggling for some reason. There you go, so start to see them.
Pump shutdown sequence at 80%.
I'll just throw 5 stars at people from a distance. Look at them now. Where are you going to go now? Yeah, it's a shit. So just mop up grunts, mop up those ticks they're running around. You just want to give yourself a lot of space, a lot of room to move around. Don't be afraid to use the invisibility if you absolutely need it. It just gives you a bit of breathing room, especially on really low line. A lot of the time when you die, it'll be like you saw earlier with me, it's where you just sort of get cramped up.
Supporting fire. Danger close.
So BT starts to help out a bit now, which is good. He'll use the loadout that you picked for him. So you can't change it now, but you know, it's kind of cool that it'll let you just sort of, you know, have that ability to choose what you want them to use. Anyway, if you run to here and jump across, you can join BT instead of having to kill off the rest of the enemies. So press E to re-embark.
Controls transferred to pilot.
And that'll bring us to the last bit of the level, and that is killing
Protocol
the main
2.
enemy.
Uphold the mission. Our orders are to resume Special Operation 217. Rendezvous with Major Anderson of the SRS.
I'm pretty sure the next bit is just the boss, Kane. The name always reminds me, I don't know if you played Command and Conquer, but he's like the sort of main bad guy from I think the House of Nods, something like that. Really well acted, really good fun. But he's not too difficult here. He's just sort of got a lot of the bosses, like from here on out, sort of have gimmicks. He doesn't really have one. He's just sort of got a loadout that you've not seen before at this stage, I think, and he sort of has a lot of lackeys that come in and join him.
You were not invited to Kane's party, and that's why you're dead. Well, another runaway hero with an SRS Vanguard class Titan. Woo! Now we're talking. Bring it to a knife fight. Let's get this party.
So as you can see, there's Kane, and he just spawns in with a lot of bullshit friends of his. My tactic is, for this one, what I'd recommend is not to keep up all the health.
It causes heavy damage.
This is easy, I guess, but keep your distance from Kane. He sort of relies on you being quite close, and you know. The other thing is, if you give them breathing room, they'll heal themselves, and you don't really want that. You want to keep the pressure up, so make sure you're just applying gentle, constant pressure. As you can see here, he's almost dead on pretty much no effort whatsoever. If you get close enough, I think you can actually do a sort of fatality on them. Oh, maybe not Kane. I don't know if I missed it, but it's really not a hard fight. It's very, very easy.
Kane's helmet radio is still intact. We should retrieve it.
Kane, we need reinforcements in the tunnel. Kane, how copy? Over. Come in, Kane.
Well, there you go, might be because of story purposes. On some of the bosses, you can rip them out of their titans and shoot them, which is really cool. And online, you've got each titan's got sort of like a fatality that they can do on other titans.
The IMC have almost sealed the Ark. It's time to prepare the Draconis.
Copy. Got myself 3 captured militia. What should I do with them?
Just kill him. No! Don't!
I'm on my way. Slow now.
The ability to decrypt enemy communications has a strong history in warfare. This will work to our advantage. In order to survive, we must keep moving.
There you go, and that's the end of the second mission. I'll stop it there, and join me again in the next few days, and we'll take on the next mission together. Hope you're all having a good day, and take it easy.